Hey, Nikkei Canadajin here, and today we are going to be talking about the 5 simple things that you can do to make friends in Japan. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, hey, you know what? I know how to make friends. All you have to do is go up to a random person and start talking to them, and from there you can cultivate a friendship. And while this may work in certain countries, this probably won't work in Japan. This is because Japanese people tend to be a little bit more shy, a little bit more introverted, and there's only certain social situations where actually approaching someone you don't know and trying to start a friendship is actually acceptable. So if you try to approach a Japanese person in the wrong situation, it could end up making them uncomfortable and leaving them with a bad impression of you. Alright, so how do you avoid this? Okay, so the first thing you have to keep in mind is to make sure that you approach them in the appropriate situation. And a really simple way of doing this is by joining a club or volunteer activity. This is because it really is expected in the social setting that people will come together and kind of like mingle with each other. Also, since you already have something in common, it's even easier to start up a conversation and start up a friendship. Okay, tip number 2, get them drunk. Okay, well, maybe not drunk, but just get them loose enough where they start to open up. And there's this concept called nomikai in Japan where people are able to communicate freely without really any restraints when they drink. So by going to your local izakaya or pub, it's a good chance to meet some interesting people and maybe even make some awesome friendships. Alright, and number 3, if you want to make Japanese friends really fast, then you gotta play the online game. And what do I mean by this? I mean that right now, many websites really aim to bridge the gap between Japanese and foreigners. So an easy way to make friends is to join an online program like Hello Talk, for example, that really emphasizes language exchange. This way, you already know that the other person is interested in making friends with people from different countries around the world. Alright, so tip number 4. Utilize friends to make more friends. Now, what do I mean by this one? Well, I mean, if you have even one friend in Japan, then you can ask them to introduce you to their other friends. And since you already have a friend in common, when you're actually being introduced, it's an easy way to start up a conversation with another person. And I use this method, and I've really made some really great lifetime friends just by being introduced by a mutual friend. Alright, and finally, tip number 5, learn the language. Now, this might be an obvious one, but by knowing Japanese or by at least making an effort to learn Japanese, it shows that you're open-minded, and if you know the language, then you can make friends with anyone in Japan. Not just those who are interested in studying abroad or going abroad, but just anyone in Japan you can make friends with really easily if you already know the language. So really, it's a win-win for everyone. You get to learn a new language, and you both get to make a new friend. So let me know in the comment section down below which methods you've used to make friends in Japan. And until next time everyone, stay waku waku.